Hey WATv. Today we hear from ILMEA finalists, get a WATv PSA, dive into a few news and notes, get a Warrior Sports Zone update, and more. This is WATv News. Good morning, Wien Academy. I'm Zach Morvek, coming to you on a Friday with our 9th episode of the year. Starting off, we are revealing all of our secrets of the WATv world. Here's a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into making our weekly episodes. Take a look.
Y'all know what's up. We are going to be checking the WATv studio. Let's get it, let's go. This first room is called the editing/idea room. This is what it looks like inside. We have people split up into teams to tackle different segment ideas. Over here, we have a group of 3 who right now are gathering different videos and media for their segment. Over here, we have a larger group who are working on a more complex project involving more people. Behind the screen here, we can see how the editing process works. Editing a segment can take a few days. Next, we head to the studio room. This is where the anchors, both news and sports, do their filming. As you can see, there's some preparations that the news anchors have to do before they start filming, such as their scripts and microphones. Over here, we have our camera crew, operating 3 big teleprompters. Each camera crew member has their own headphones in order to communicate and to know when to position the camera during filming. Lastly, we head over to the control room. This room is the last stage. This is where all the news, sports, and segments go to get compiled. Over here, we have the audio mixer. This is the last stage for sound tuning. Over here, we have the teleprompter system, which is feeding into the 3 big teleprompters I mentioned earlier. Next, we head over to this computer, which is where the director makes the final say about sound, graphic, and video before it gets compiled into one episode. And lastly, we have the graphic computer. This is responsible for inserting various text and images during news and sports. After this whole tour, if you found anything familiar or confusing, don't worry. WATv is beginner friendly and expert friendly.
Thanks, guys. Next up, Sophia, Anna, and Annie talked with students about their experience when they qualified to perform at the regional level of ILMEA this past month. Check it out.
Hey WATv, today we interview people about how they did in ILMEA. Let's go.
I went to ILMEA for District 9 Choir Alto 2.
How do you know if you like place?
So by getting in, first of all, to the district choir, they send in an audition video with tonal skills and technical stuff, and then also some songs. At the end of the month, I believe there will be a state selection if someone qualifies.
What did you do at ILMA?
So they put, at least for the singers, all of us in an auditorium at Dundee Crown High School, and then we spent the morning working on songs with a bunch of other singers, and we worked with Dr. Kimberly Dunn Adams for the morning, and she was an amazing director. She was the director at Western Michigan University, and now she's at Westchester in Philadelphia.
I was a part of the mixed choir. I was the soprano one. We had a few hours of rehearsal. We went into sectional time, which was really fun. We went over all of the songs that we were singing. We just had a really good time with our conductor, Dr. Dunn Adams, I believe. We got to know a lot of people from other schools, and yeah, it was a good experience.
I play the clarinet. What inspired me to play the clarinet actually was this high schooler who came. She came into our classroom and she played a bunch of instruments, and I was like, oh, clarinet's kind of cool. We played the Suite in E-flat by Gustav Holst and a couple others, but that was my favorite because Holst is pretty cool.
I played the drums at ILMEA Jazz. I first started playing drums when I was 6 years old. My sister got a drum kit and I started playing it, and just from there my dad taught me, and my favorite song that I played at ILMEA was a piece called Jordu, and it featured me on the drums for like a solo thing, and that was really cool.
Thanks for watching. Back to you, Studio 22.
Now let's move on to a few news and notes. Don't forget, the Project League Global team is hosting a Christmas Coffee House fundraiser for Kids Alive on Saturday, December 14th at 6 p.m. in the Student Union. The price of admission is $5, and all proceeds will be given to Kids Alive. Next week for chapel, we have our vocal and instrumental groups perform their Christmas concert, and then for our last chapel this semester, we will have a Christmas worship chapel. That is it for your news and notes. For our next segment, we want to report a PSA, or a public service announcement, if you will, coming from the desk of Ms. Caldwell right here to WAtv. This PSA is in regards to the student union doors. Because we love to be creative, we brought back the Boom or Doom vibes when relaying this important information. Take a look.
Wheaton Academy, this is a public service announcement. Doors 13 and 14 in the student union should be kept closed until further notice. Let's keep these doors closed.
The reason why we're keeping these doors closed is because when all the cold air comes in, it raises the heating bill. Thank you.
Let me in. Let me in, man. Hey, man, let me in, man.
Hello everyone, I'm Lucas here with your Warriors Sports Zone update. Coming off of our Thanksgiving break, girls and boys basketball participated in their Thanksgiving invite tournaments. Girls came out of the tournament with two wins and only one loss. Boys won all 3 of their games in the tournament. Boys have their next home game this Saturday against Elgin High School at 4 p.m., and girls will be at home next Tuesday at 7 p.m. versus St. Ed's. Next Wrestling had a great season opener win against Addison Trail with a 39-30 win. They compete next Wednesday in the Mantini Triangle at 5:30 p.m. Speaking of wrestling, Judah had a chance to catch up with Coach Harstead and get his thoughts on the upcoming wrestling season. Check it out.
What's up, Wheaton Academy? Today we're going to be giving you a wrestling preview. We're going to interview athletes and interview some coaches to get you ready for this season. All right, so I'm here with Coach Harstead, and we're going to ask him a few questions.
Sounds good.
All right, so first question. What made you become a wrestling coach here at Wheaton Academy?
Obviously love the sport of wrestling. My 5th year in college, Coach Wider reached out to me saying that he needed help coaching wrestling, so I was a volunteer assistant, came in as much as I could. And after that, I fell in love with Wheaton Academy, what they stood for, and I wanted to see the program here grow. So it just opened the door for me to come here and start coaching.
Sounds sick. What mistake do you see common that wrestlers make?
High school level is just being mentally tough and physically tough. Wrestling, the huge part is being mental. A lot of high schoolers break pretty easily in every sport we do, but wrestling is one of those sports that if you're just not there mentally, you're going to lose a lot of matches. So just pushing through the pain and kind of embracing the suck, as we call it in the wrestling room.
Pushing through the pain is right. And what is your most proud moment as a coach?
Ooh, I mean, I've only coached at Wheaton Academy for going on year 2, but within a year, I've had a lot of proud moments. I had a few are two kids last year that new to the sport of wrestling, and the goal was for them to get some wins. And as a coach, I was very, very proud to see them to win. It was a huge accomplishment. And then when it comes to my more experienced wrestlers, there's a lot of great moments. I'd probably say Chasen and Lincoln, just when we went to state, they wrestled hard every single match, and they wrestled like every match was their last, and they kind of just embraced the suck and pushed through the pain, and they got gritty, which was awesome.
And last question, if you had to give advice to someone starting wrestling, what would you give them?
I would tell them, wrestling's a hard sport. Come with the attitude that you want to learn, you want to get better, and this is when it comes to the sport of wrestling, it's more than the sport. It teaches you how to be physically and mentally tough, which I think in life everyone needs to be physically and mentally tough, so to push through that pain. So there's great lessons and values you can learn off the mat as well as on the mat.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Make sure y'all pop out to the upcoming wrestling meets at Wheaton Academy. This is Judah and Simon signing out. Back to you, Studio 22.
Thanks for joining us today. Make sure to support your Warriors sports teams. And as always, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. From WAtv News, this is Lucas and Zach signing out.
Stay classy, Wheaton Academy.